Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good.
How are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I felt like asking again. I didn't feel like you were engaged with me to start off with.
Oh, okay.
What did you do this week? Don't say work. What did you do besides work this week?
More work besides work this week.
No, besides work, what'd you do?
Work. Really didn't do too much. Work. Getting ready for school. So prep. Meetings. We had our... What did we have our... I forgot what we called it. But it was good. With the teachers get together and all this kind of good look. But it was good. Good
Retreat?
stuff. Yeah, retreat. Yeah, that's what it's called. Retreat. But it was good. It was good. So...
You didn't do anything fun?
No, not really. But it's okay. But that was fun to me.
Did you watch any good shows? Anything on TV?
No, not really.
Preseason's on.
Yeah. I didn't watch any games.
You didn't?
Nah. I'd probably catch this,
I don't really care about preseason. I don't feel like it's real.
Okay.
Well, I mean, they don't play like... I saw Tampa Bay. They're going to need to be quiet. We're recording a podcast. If y'all heard the horn.
Well, they heard you. They stopped immediately. Shh. Christy said be quiet.
We're working here.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I watched like Tampa Bay and... Who did they play? Do you remember?
No.
Anyway, but Tom Brady's totally sitting on the sidelines. So, like, you don't know if they're any good or not because they're not playing the starters because they're afraid they'll get hurt.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, what's the point of
I don't know. I was working, so. And planning. That's exciting to me, so.
I was... You're such a buzzkill sometimes. I'm trying not to talk about work.
Okay.
I work, too.
Good.
Like 60 hours this week. But I watched the ball game and watched Tom Brady sit on the sideline.
Why do you sound so angry? That's what
I just am trying to have some conversation that's not related to work.
It's like...
Law.
Law. Law.
Hey, Jeff.
What's up?
Do you like Jeeps?
Yeah, all right.
What kind of Jeep do you like?
I don't know.
What kind of Jeep do you see this week that you liked?
Range Rover?
So, I was on the phone with him this week, guys. And he said, hey, let me ask you a question. And I was like, okay. He said, what do you think of those Mojave Jeeps?
I didn't say Mojave.
You said Mojave.
What's the real word?
Mojave.
Oh. Well, sorry.
That Mojave Jeep.
I like Mojave better.
I mean,
They'll sell more Jeeps.
Listen, I've done that before, though. Like when I was little.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you say as an adult, I feel better? When I was little.
I'll think of one as an adult later, but I can remember one that
really?
was...
Say oil.
Oil.
Okay. Anyway.
That's the difference in dialect.
Oh. I like Mojave. What you call it? Mojave?
It's Mojave.
Okay.
And you said Mojave.
I like Mojave better.
And I about wrecked. I literally about wrecked. I was in the car driving. I was like, what?
It has more.
Mojave. Okay.
It has more of a little...
I mean, it had a...
slang to it.
That was funny.
Yeah, it was.
That was funny. But no, I said when I was little, you know how like they'd make you read?
Yeah.
And you'd have to read like a paragraph?
Mm-hmm.
And it was the dodo bird. And I said the doo-doo bird because it's D-O-D-O. And the whole class laughed. I still remember it hurt my feelings.
Sorry.
3rd grade Miss Harmon's class. Yep.
I'm sorry.
I said dodo bird.
Okay.
Or doo-doo.
You said doo-doo.
Doo-doo, not dodo. It should have been dodo.
Okay.
Any news?
I don't have any news at all. I'm ready to get back to work to make music because I'm excited about this year. I'm excited about all the wonderful things that's happening with my college choir, my community choir. Just in a good place.
Good.
Just in a good place. And just
ready. You got a lot coming up.
Yeah, just ready to get back to it.
Yeah, you have a lot coming up. I have school in a week.
How you feel about it?
I mean, let me tell you. Well, I mean, no, I'm glad. I'm glad I'm doing this, and I'm glad I'm going to be. But I'm more glad that this time next year I will be completely done.
Yeah.
And because I really enjoy waking up on Saturday, not thinking, well, I got to write 8 papers and do 2 tests
Right.
and respond to 3 people's discussion posts, which any college professors out there that's listening to this, please don't make us respond 50 words to other people's discussion posts when we just wrote 150 on a discussion post. I think that is the dumbest thing I have ever heard. No, let me tell you what it says.
I wish I would have saw my face as a teacher.
No, but listen.
Like, what?
So they say to write 150 words on, like, I could understand if it was something to discuss. But it's like, what is the 5 steps of business organization? Okay, so you write out the 5 steps of business organization. Everybody's writing the same thing and discuss, and then you're supposed to reply. So this is the way it goes. I swear, every answer. Hey, Monica. Or, good morning, Monica, because that's 3 in your 50-word response.
But
I
Monica
really-
is a fictitious name.
Yeah, fictitious name. I don't know. I just use
Okay.
Monica.
Good morning, Tyrone. Okay.
Yeah, whatever. And they'll say, I really enjoyed the way that you explained the 5 steps of a business strategy. It was really great the way that you included all 5 steps and used great punctuation. Like, come on.
That's about 100 words right there.
No, it's not. It's probably like 36. And then you want to bang your head up against the wall. Oh, I hate that. That's worse. I would rather write 3 discussions and just answer it at 150 words than have to reply to 2 people at 50. For real.
Okay. I respect that.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
For real.
And you learn nothing from it. If you want us to have engagement discussions, give us topics that can be discussed, not definitions. Just saying.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. Well,
Did you know I felt strongly
I
about that?
mean, you kind of got off on a little tangent there.
Oh, and the one other thing I want to tell you.
What?
First week of middle school. Success.
Good.
I didn't die.
Good.
Nor did Jacoby.
Good.
He actually had a really, really, really good first week.
Mm-hmm.
And I took the kids out Friday evening for dinner to celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a nice dinner, me and the kids Friday night. And, well, not Tark, but me and Bella and Jacoby. To celebrate the first week of school.
Good. That's important.
Yeah.
That's really important.
But it was a really good week for him. I think that switching classes is going to help him a lot.
Uh-huh. But, you know, and I'm sure it will, because middle school is a tough time. It is a tough time, but, you know, you get him in the right classes with the right teachers, get around the right group of kids, he can make it through.
He's got 5 male teachers. I think it's good for him, too.
Yeah, it'd be good for him. Very good for him.
I think so, too. So I'm excited. I'm pumped up about this year. But, hey, y'all, keep us in your prayers. Because...
Because what now?
Sorry. Jeff just punched the microphone and it
Yeah.
totally threw me off to that big whoop. But I'm not going to try to edit it out.
But let me go back because I want to clarify something. When you said 5 male teachers, why is it good for him to have 5 male teachers?
Because he
I think
needs...
we need to clarify.
Because he needs males
Okay.
in his life. Like,
Okay.
I feel like for direction, and he's got a mama.
Gotcha.
And then
gotcha.
he's got Bella, who's like another mama.
Okay, I got you.
And, you know, Tark's 22 years old. He's out. I mean, Tark's always been like a dad to him, but he's also a brother, and he's out like living his own life.
Right.
I think it's good for him to have like good, successful men as teachers to look up to and teach. And like, he already said that one of his teachers, I can't remember his name, but he was like, you know, he seems really cool, like, but he don't put up with stuff.
Uh-huh.
And so Jacoby's a little bit more nervous because like he's afraid of a man.
Right.
And I think that'll help keep him in line too. You know what I mean? Like a...
fear of respect.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. All right, makes sense.
Okay.
So, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Since you are the social media backbone of our podcast and all this stuff here.
I am.
Yeah, because you're right. Because I am not. Do you feel social media affects you much? Or how does it affect you, if it does?
Social media affects you, for sure. It doesn't affect me in a negative way, I don't think,
Okay.
for the most part. There might have been moments in my life, and there might be moments now where, like, I see something that irritates me. But for the most part, no. Like, it doesn't affect me. I like it. Like, but I can give or take on it. I normally look at it in the morning, and I do it a lot at night. Or, like if I'm sitting waiting on you to get ready for the podcast,
Right.
I will scroll it. But I look a lot for a lot of new ideas. And, you know, like I love Gary Vaynerchuk. I love Mel Robbins. There's some people out there that I really like. And on their social media, they've got like these really positive like snippets of things. You know what I mean? Like 5 minutes is a long time. Like 30 seconds of talking.
Right.
That can kind of inspire me. So for me, I like it like on Instagram. That's who I follow.
Okay.
I mean, I follow my friends, but like I follow a lot of like really positive, like motivational speakers.
Okay.
And I also use it though a lot like for this work, for our work.
Okay.
You know, like to come up with topics, and it makes me think other ways a lot of times when I learn other people's perspectives on different things. But I wouldn't say that it affects me negatively. I will say this. I do have a timer on my phone for Facebook. Because I've lost hours before.
Right.
You know what else I can lose hours on? But I don't see that as a problem. Because I see that no different. Like, you might sit and watch the news or politics.
Right.
I will literally sit in my bathtub for 35 minutes in the evening when I get home from work, and it's a way I unwind, and I will watch TikTok.
Okay.
And crack up.
Right.
So people call TikTok social media, and I guess it is, but to me, it's just like a really short TV shows. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So I'm like it's comedy stuff to me. Yeah, I've got friends that do it, but like, I don't have many friends on like that I actually know on TikTok.
Right.
Like the people I follow, I've maybe 10 of my friends are on TikTok, maybe.
Okay. Cool.
And they really don't, they're like me. They're like lurkers, you know what I mean? Like just watching. Sometimes I make TikToks and they're funny. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to make you start making TikToks.
Huh.
But, I mean, it's funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's fun. It's like my side of TikTok, I understand there's all kinds of sides of TikTok that other people get on, but the one I'm on is like funny dancing and people laughing and like uplifting stuff. So for that, I've never had an issue. I will say, I think it can be a huge issue because, well, I don't have like Bella has got social media. Tarek has social media. Bella's like me, though. She really only watches TikTok. She's never on Facebook. She's rarely on Instagram.
Right.
Tarek is on nothing. Like, he's on it, but he's never on it. Like, he's never on it.
Gotcha.
Like, I have to tell him if there was, like, I posted a cute baby picture of you, and I have to tell him to go look at it. You know what I mean? And Jacoby, over my dead body, will that baby have any type of social media at this age? I think that is so dangerous. Because kids are mean. He don't have a phone. Jacoby don't have a phone.
He don't need a phone.
And guess when he's getting a phone? When he can get a job and pay for it. I asked him today. Today I asked him if he had a phone. Or if like his friends had phones. And he said, he goes, yeah, everybody has a phone but me. And I said, does it bother you? And he goes, not at all. Which I was like, good. So, you have social media, I know.
Yeah.
Because I tag you in it. Does it affect you?
Affect is probably the wrong word for me, because there's a lot of positives of social media. One thing that I like it. One reason why I like it is because I get to, connect with friends who are not in Orlando.
Right.
Or for my job, it is a great recruiting tool, and so if I'm doing an honor choir, if I'm doing this right here, you talk to a teacher or or you can connect with a student. Hey, have you applied to UCF or things of that nature. So from that standpoint, it is absolutely, good for me. Seeing what a lot of my friends are doing and showing support. And building bridges that way, that is also, it can be also very good. Since I want to really go into motivational speaking, that also helps me. If I see a quote, I will put a quote out there. I don't like, because of my schedule, I don't too much like being on social media all the time because it's just not healthy a lot of times, And so because if like you said, you can spend so much time on one thing that, oh yeah, let me do my syllabus. Oh yeah, let me do my work. Let me do this and let me do that. So there are times in which there's a wonderful book out there, Setting Boundaries, Finding Peace, by Nedra Tawwab, and it's an incredible book. And she has a beautiful section on social media. And so there are things places I won't go on social media because it will be mentally unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? There are certain folks I won't have as friends, or there are certain things I won't do that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's one of those type things. So, cause it's all about mental health also. And there are things that, no. But the main things for me is trying to promote what's going on for my jobs and supporting my friends.
Right.
And so those are the main things, or, okay, on podcast, we know on Wednesday, okay, the episode is dropped. And that's basically what I use it for. My jobs, my jobs, basically. Right. And trying to, say a couple friends I hadn't seen in a while. And it's great. And that's pretty much how I use it.
Yeah, I kind of left that out, and that's kind of mean on my behalf. Sorry, Mommy and Daddy. But I do, I'm the only one here in my family.
Yeah.
So it is good to see, like, your friends from high school and their kids growing up and like that. I like it for that, seeing that kind of thing. Because I think that we're a lot more engaged.
Right. Or I thought, and my classmates.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Because my classmates are big on that social media stuff. So that's how I find out. Go Jones Have Tigers. That's how I find out is how my classmates are doing.
Right.
Because we're in this group together.
Right.
So it's that type thing right here. But it's funny, I don't really like being on it a lot. I don't want to be on social media. I don't have a desire. I like to do those things that I'm supposed to do and then get off. So there may be days and weeks I won't be on it at all. And then there'll be times I'm on it like 4 days in a row. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm like, okay, I've done my part and then I'm done.
Have you ever lost time on it? Like you've been on it and then you're like,
yes.
6 months later.
Yes, I've gotten,
like the SpongeBob.
I've gotten so much better at it. And we'll talk about it more later in the podcast. But yeah, I've gotten so much better at not doing that.
That's why I put a timer on mine.
Yeah. My thing is, I don't put a timer on it because I pretty much don't get on it unless I literally have to. I remember when Facebook first came out, I was just on it strolling and would lose hours.
Really?
Yeah. And it was like, oh no.
Did you have MySpace?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I did too. Did you rank your friends?
No, I wasn't that deep into it.
I was.
It's like
I had a personalized page.
Oh no, I didn't. No, I didn't really too much care for it. It was just because everybody else did it. And then when I went to college, it was like everyone did it. And next thing you know, I was catching up with classmates and folks I hadn't seen in years. So Facebook really is business, and then friends, and then I don't, and anything else they can call me. I can call them. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Well, something that they say, the proverbial they.
You know what I'm saying? Who is they? When they start talking?
They've been talking for a long time. But a lot of times, and I agree with this, like so much I agree with this. I'm good at it, I think. Like mentally, I think I'm pretty good at this because I know me. I know my life. And I can promise you I say 90% of the time because the 10% of the other 10%, I'm just doing it to spite. Mm-hmm. But 90% of the time, I'm posting the best pictures.
Okay.
The fun things. I don't say, like one time this actually happened, but this was years ago, that, kid fell out of the tree, broke his ribs on the way to the hospital. Mm-hmm. Told him not to climb the tree, did it anyway. You know what I mean? I don't post that on Facebook. But I do post the cute family dinner. So you could scroll my social media, like my Facebook, and I look like the perfect, wonderful, non-struggling single mother who has got 3 wonderful children who all love and adore her. Mm-hmm. I mean, they do love and adore me, and I am pretty perfect. Totally kidding.
Completely.
But no, they do love me.
Of course.
That's true.
Yeah.
But, my life is far from perfect. Mm-hmm. I've had many a struggle. I don't post them, though. I'm one of those people, I only post a positive. I don't post a negative. I don't. So a lot of times, I really believe people can get a misconception like anytime I see anybody's and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're doing so great.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a thing to where I get jealous because
Mm-hmm.
it's like they're posting the best parts of their life.
Uh-huh.
But I think a lot of people, especially younger people, you know what I mean, who haven't lived through it,
Right.
like they'll be like, wow, their life is perfect. They look perfect. Their body is perfect. Their clothes are perfect. Well, they didn't post themselves in their holy sweatpants and,
Right.
you know, like they didn't post the picture that they thought was ugly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of times it can make people feel bad, and they say it does, make people feel bad about themselves because they think that their life is garbage because the perception is everyone's is perfect.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess I haven't thought about it that much. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been that invested in it. I use it for specific reasons and I get off. I'm not one to, like you say, post this and post that. You know, that's never been me. I'm not an oversharer. You know what I'm saying? And you have to be careful with kind of stuff like that because then if you have a codependent, you can have a codependent personality and get attached to likes. How many likes you get. How many likes you get defines you. That's a codependency that is very unhealthy. So it's like if it's like you put something out there, you let it go. Then you don't get caught up in the other stuff because then that's when you start going sideways.
Right.
And, you know, and so therefore there's something that you don't overshare. You know, first of all, everybody don't want to know, you know, and it's just unhealthy. It's one thing to be inspiring and trying to give inspiration because either you've gone something, you are going through something, or you want to, you know what I'm saying, just say, just in case, there's nothing wrong with that. But when it graduates to a point to where, please like me, please, I need, please like, then
a thirst trap.
Then you're going into then it affects your mental health and all this other stuff right here.
And so, I want to be clear. I'm sure you agree with me on this. But none of us are talking about if you're going through a personal hard time. Like, I have had so many friends lately who have had so much going on with, like, COVID and have had family members in the hospital. I think you should share that and ask for prayers. Like, let people know what's happening. If you choose. Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't mean you should. I'm saying we're talking about a total different when we say overshare.
Right. The thing about it is, it's like when I talked to whatever episode we did and I opened up about my dad. Why did I open up about my father? Because everyone knows about my mom.
Right.
And there was a point to where I said, you know, I don't know who this is going to inspire. I don't know who this is going to touch, but I hope that it, you know, if it touches one person, then I've done my job. Mm-hmm. You know, it's, you know, my professor used to always say, Jeff, 100 people can be in a room and 99 people can like it, but you focus on the one that didn't.
Yep.
And you forget the 99.
Yeah.
And so one thing that I've been working on in my life is focusing on the 99, not the one. Because if I focus on the one, I lose the 99. And then I lose the purpose of why I'm doing it. So when I'm talking about my dad, it was to those 99, not the one that didn't care about it.
Yeah, but you speak the way you're speaking right now.
Uh-huh.
You focused on the one. I can hear it in your voice.
No, I didn't. What I'm trying to say.
No, I mean in the past, not in that situation.
Oh,
yet.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And that goes back to when I was a kid. You know, it's being, you know, friends or whatever. Why not me? Why am I not good enough?
Right.
You know, what's wrong with me? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That I would find everything that was wrong with me.
Right.
You know, and why do I think it was wrong with me? Because they said it was wrong with me. So I literally went off of what someone else said about me to define me. Mm-hmm. Unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? Transfer.
Look, I got so much I can say right now, and I'm trying not to overshare on the podcast my life.
But transfer into social media.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, you don't get caught up into those things. People's, you know, approval or disapproval. Your job, if you're going to do something, you let it out to inspire people and you let it go.
And bring them happiness.
And then you go. Because it also releases you.
Mm-hmm. And that's one of those things that I have thought, because I've started doing Reels, and I'm going to have you start doing TikToks. We've talked about it.
Okay.
We going to.
Oh, okay.
We got this.
Yeah,
we got this. But here's the thing. It's funny.
Right.
There is something. I want to be one of those people. I want this podcast to be one of those things that when people come to it and they see something that we put out, either they smile out of like, that's cool. Mm-hmm. That's uplifting. Or they laugh. And it brought, because that could be the only moment that they laughed that day.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love the idea. That's why I'm a freaking nerd to where I do like to make people laugh, and I'm a clown.
Right.
And I mean, you know I'm a clown. A lot of people probably don't know I'm a clown, but
right.
I can be a clown. But yeah, I think it's great for that. But one thing I'll tell you, I have struggled with though, in the social media aspect, I get FOMO.
What is that?
Fear of missing out.
I don't at all.
No,
I don't care.
And here's where I get it. I am the one who left. I moved away.
Okay.
And I look back, and especially during COVID was hard for me on this aspect. I would see my parents being able to get together with like my sister and her kids, and my kids don't get to be around their grandparents.
Yeah.
My kids, you know, it wasn't like, you can go spend the night with Mama tonight. You know?
Okay. I thought FOMO, you was talking about just what's going on in the world. Like, not with your family.
Well, it's like the stuff that's going on with the world, though, that I can't get to.
Okay.
Like, there's been, like, reunions and things I couldn't go to, like high school reunions. Not that I really cared. Like, but different things that I could go to. And then you see it and you're like, man, I would have loved to have seen those guys. And, like, hung out for, you know, an evening. Or, you know, I would have loved to have helped out on that.
Right.
There's things like that it's like where you recognize how far your distance is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I probably would have been sad about it because I'd have never seen it before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I understand that. And I mean, that's something I can't relate to because I'm from Orlando. I'm home.
I've had FOMO from your Facebook posts. I ain't even lying. You went Australia, I think.
I don't know. Yeah.
I was going to be like, really? You don't know if you went to Australia? And when I saw that, like, I wanted to go to Australia growing up.
Right.
And I was like, this loser, why does he get to do everything?
Well.
Jelly.
Sorry, not loser. But anyway, no. But,
loser with all the love.
But I am, you know, but since I'm from Orlando, I don't have that. From my family, I don't have that, you know, I don't go through that, you know. And I'm really fortunate for that. Now, in terms of FOMO, in terms of what's going on through my close friends, those people who are close to me, of course I want to know. But they call me also.
Right.
And I call them. Or we text back and forth. So social media is not my end all be all for the people who are close to my life. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't want it that way. I got my group and I'm good.
So I did some research.
What's up?
I'm going to read you some science.
Okay.
You ready? And then you can say whether you agree or not.
Okay.
But it's actually science, so you should probably agree.
Oh, wow.
A study of the University of Pennsylvania found that a high usage of Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram increases rather than decreases feelings of loneliness.
I agree.
So they're saying social media makes you feel more lonely.
Yes.
Than not being
because it makes you feel excluded, not included.
Yep.
So absolutely agree with that.
I think that too, and like especially for younger people. I mean, granted, it can happen across all generations, but I think like in that 20-something, when everybody's out. If you're in college and everybody's out, like at the beach on beach week, and you're in college studying, you have that like, why wasn't I invited?
Yeah.
You know. That type of thing. I think that can be dangerous and make you feel lonely.
Yeah.
And I think kids can be mean.
Yeah.
Well, adults can be mean too, to be fair. But like invite us and exclude this one. I mean, honestly.
Oftentimes adults are kids. Just because you're an adult does not mean that you are mature.
And then it said, conversely, The study found that reducing social media usage can actually make you feel less lonely and isolated and improve your overall well-being.
Absolutely. Totally.
You know what I think?
Mm-hmm.
I think me and you, as a team, have a very good rule. And our rule, if we're eating, no phones down, we talk.
Right.
We ain't scrolling social media.
No.
Unless it's like, I think we should do this or do this. And that was really like today.
And 9 times out of 10, you're the one that's on it and telling me, hey, Jeffrey, I saw a good idea. Because I don't see it.
Right.
Because you're on it more than me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You are literally, I'm not, what's on it? Okay.
I mean, I've had to help you with your posts. When you need to post them for work. Because this poor man, he would post something on Instagram.
Yes,
from Facebook, and then you would crop it wrong. You remember that one time you actually screenshotted your post?
Yes.
And you didn't put, bless it.
I mean, I'm not, because it's like, okay, I don't invest in this like this. Talk to me, help me how to do this, I don't know.
And then it's like, what's your password?
I mean, for real, huh?
Because I can't do that. I can't walk you through it because then I start getting mad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fun. Good times. Good times. So, but that brings you up to like, they talk about how people have depression and anxiety based around social media.
Yeah.
I get it.
And that's, I don't put myself around it.
That's
because
what
I can go down that rabbit hole. I won't do it.
Right.
So, I'm not doing it to me.
That's with the kids.
Yeah.
That's where I worry with the kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like,
my mental health is way more important than anything that's going on in your life.
Yep.
Sorry.
Well, and
leave me alone.
Kids will cyberbully. Adults will cyberbully. Mm-hmm. I tell you what, there are some internet gangsters out there. Some keyboard warriors, my friend, that will sit there and when they have got the wall of Wi-Fi, they feel like they can talk or say, I challenge you to say it to my face.
Oh, Lord.
Listen, now I'm getting a little redneck.
I mean, again, I said, bring it out.
You can take the redneck out of Tennessee. But, no, but for real. Like, there's so much that people will say behind a screen that I promise you, if they're standing in front of you, they won't. And if you're one of those people, you can tune out now because we're not going to have anything else nice to say about you.
Oh my goodness.
No, but I mean, I'm serious.
Right.
Like, I hate that. When people are like internet warriors.
Well, the thing about that, if you come across stuff like that, you live life, you do what you're supposed to do. That's all you have to do. Everything else takes care of itself.
Well, you know what I know how to do?
Do what you're supposed to do. Just keep on working. Do what you're supposed to do.
You know what I know how to do?
What?
I can read something and not state an opinion. I can just read it.
Right.
I don't have to reply if I don't agree. I don't have to say, if it's not directed towards me, I don't have to correct anyone. I don't have to call them stupid. I have many a times when people have posted false information, like literally wrong things, I'll send them a private message and say, hey, I didn't know if you know this or not, but I just want to give you a heads up in case you didn't know. I have done that. But like, I'm talking about when people are like mean.
Right.
People are mean. Can I tell you, I get anxiety, like to go and read the reviews that we get on different stuff. I'm like this. I'm like, I hope if there's an internet gangster out there that they've got the name.
I don't even know about it. I don't even go check. I
know.
I mean, I won't do it.
I know.
I won't do it. It's like, that's unhealthy for me. And I'm not going to put myself in a situation like that. If it's something that I really need to know, it always comes to me. If I need to know, it always comes to me.
Yeah, that's
somebody going to say something to me. Give me a call. I ain't got to check nothing. It's like...
But, I think that a lot of times people will post things. People take it for truth, especially with kids and like teens, young adults, that they will post things like, this girl was at this place with this boy and literally ruin reputations in a minute, and it was just wrong information. Yeah. There's Lifetime movies about that.
Adults do that.
I know, but I mean,
I don't see an age discrepancy. I see it happen across the board.
Well, all I'm saying is that I think No, it happens across the board for sure.
No, what I'm saying, it does happen across the board, not just with kids.
No, I'm saying,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking that talking about mental health and stuff, I think kids have a tendency to do it more. Hopefully by the time you're an adult, you learn to just, but they don't. I mean.
I wish I can agree with that.
I know.
But I don't.
Okay.
I see it just as much with kids. I see it as much as with adults. I've seen it.
Like Facebook drama?
I mean, just, you just hear it about out there. It's like, that's kind of unfortunate. What's going on in your life that's so broken that you do that to someone else?
Exactly. Why do you have to tear somebody else down?
I mean, so what happened? How old were you? You know what I'm saying? It's, so like I said, I don't see it as just kids do it. I see it as adults too. But listen, what's the frog drinking the tea? Ain't none of my business.
What?
What is it?
What's the frog? It's Kermit the Frog.
I mean, I don't know.
And he's sipping tea.
It could be called Tyrone the Frog.
You said, what's a frog sipping tea?
I mean,
what is wrong with you?
I'm just saying.
I think a lot also, you can get a false sense of importance on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Like people can think that they are a big deal because they get a lot of likes or followers or comments and it's like, don't have a false sense of importance. Stay who you are.
Right.
One of the most grounded people that I have ever known is is a big person on social media, and they ain't changed at all. Success has not changed them at all.
Mm-hmm.
But then you can find, the friend down the road who got 50,000 followers on Instagram, and they literally think that they are the first lady of Florida or wherever. And it's like, no, sorry. Like, calm down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, stay true to who you are. Realize that, like, it's great. If that's what you're working on and you want to be like an influencer or whatever, and that's your outlet, use it, but stay who you are. Don't let it change who you are. Don't let praise or negativity, either one, on social media, unless there's something that you can actually take to heart.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, on the last podcast, let me tell you, that we did, Christy sounded like she had about 14 monsters before it started.
Hello.
But I had listened to one of them.
Okay.
And I felt like, see, this is where you shouldn't listen to yourself because this is why I don't edit.
Right.
But I listened at myself and I'm like, you country bumpkin. Why do you talk so slow?
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like I talked too slow. So then I was like, I'm going to talk quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Then I sound like the Micro Machine Guy.
The who?
Micro Machine Guy, you remember that guy?
Not at all.
Google it. Micro Machine Guy.
I'm literally not going to Google it.
It's like little cars, and he talked like this, and he talked really fast.
Yeah, I'm not going to Google it. Okay.
You know what? I don't know why you're so stubborn and don't want to Google nothing.
Like, when you can just tell me, I'm just not going to pick up the phone and hit Google. When you can tell me. No, I'm not doing it.
But another thing, too. I used to work for this man who was definitely somewhat of a tyrant.
Okay.
I would say. But a thing, and I mean, he had a God complex.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he literally enjoyed kind of toying with people.
Okay.
I believe that in every corner of my soul. Okay? And me and one of my coworkers were talking once, and this was years and years ago, but I was like, you know what? He could be in Walmart, and anybody else walking by him has no idea who he is. He's literally nobody. He's literally nobody. He's got these, 30 people that work under him, and that's all of his power. That's it. That's all he's got. Like, he doesn't have a person in his life. This is it. And it kind of made me soften towards him. But that's the thing too. I think that, like, you got to be careful. You can get a false sense of superiority in some of these social media places. And, like, so you won a Grammy.
Okay.
I was your friend on Facebook when you won a Grammy. It got on my nerves because literally I lost my whole family. I lost my whole family because you know what? Every single person I knew was either posting, commenting, or
Mhm.
resharing, which I was one of them
Right.
because I was proud.
Right.
But, like, I'm one of the people like, look
Mhm.
at this dude. But, I mean, literally, the whole
Mhm.
feed, for probably at least 2 weeks, maybe, something
Okay.
like that.
Mhm.
Did you have to keep your head shrunk? Like, could it have given you a big head?
I guess it could have, but I'm not gonna. Yeah. I guess it could have.
No, I thought you were going to say more.
No.
I
Yeah.
guess it could have, and it didn't.
Yeah, but no.
No, like, it would be, to me, I think it would be hard. Like,
Look.
to see that over and over, because I know me.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, let me tell you something. When somebody tells me they like my hair,
Mm-hmm.
my head swells up a little bit. I'm like, thanks.
No, for me, it didn't, and it wouldn't, because I know the one thing that I've tried to always do was always keep it about my students and always keep it. I learned a lesson a long time ago. My professor told me, and it's interesting. He said to me, people go after, as a choral director, people oftentimes go after fame, and but you focus on students. You focus on your community group. You focus on the people that you are conducting inquiry. You give them the best. And any accolades or reward after that is, okay. But the minute you try to put your goal of fame before the students, you lose.
Right.
It don't, and it's shortly lived.
Right.
And so yes, am I honored I won the Grammy? Yes, I'm happy I won the Grammy. But what it did was it just further created a platform to talk about inclusion, to talk about things that music is for all.
Mm-hmm.
And you keep it on the message. And if you keep it on the message, because people can clap for you 1 minute and come at you the next.
Listen, people can be clapping for you while they coming at you.
So therefore, you have to be able to, you always have to ask yourself why. And you must make sure that your why falls within your value statement. And the minute your why becomes someone else's why, and it's not your why, you lose. All day, every day, and twice on Sunday.
Okay.
It kind of got deep, but
yeah, I'm not that deep. Like, honestly.
So that's why I could never allow it to get me arrogant. And guess what happened the next year? It was a different Grammy winner. Guess what the year after that? It was another Grammy winner. Mm-hmm. And so therefore it's a time and a season favorite thing. Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna come when I win my Grammy?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Oh, Lord. That would be funny.
Mm-hmm.
Now.
Yeah.
So, would you block people?
Would I block people? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I wouldn't even give you a thought about it. Yes.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Do you hate everybody that you block?
No, you don't have to hate people. No. It's not about hating. Or for me, it's not about that. But would I block people? Absolutely, I would. My mental health is more important.
Right.
Sorry. My mental... I have too much to do and too much I need to do. And too much I still have to do to allow you to take 1 second of my mental health. Sorry. Ain't worth it.
Yeah, I have... Well, I've blocked people because they're creepy. Like those. I get those. But then I have blocked people for that reason. Mm-hmm. Like, and it's not even they necessarily even did something wrong to me. Mm-hmm. It's just like, yeah, that's not good for me. For whatever reason, there's been things in my life to where, like, looking at their pages, I don't know if you've ever done that, but like you go to look at someone's page and it just hurts your feelings. Mm-hmm. Because of, I don't know, like it could be that you feel like they're better than you or that they wronged you in some way, but they haven't paid for it. That was my situation.
Right.
Like, it was the one, I have one person that I'm thinking of right now that I blocked, because I really don't block people. My page is public.
Right.
And it's like, look at me, guys. I don't care. But I blocked one beyond creepers. I got a lot of creepers. And the one of them just literally said something terrible about me for no reason beyond just to be ugly. And this was like 4 or 5 years ago. And I would look at their page just hoping something would bad, because they were, and let me be honest, they were a mess, and I was just waiting for the show to start. And I mean, you've seen it. Like, I've seen it. Not you've seen it, but like, I've seen the show. That was not a good show. But then I was like, why do I keep looking and almost wanting something bad to happen to this person? And I would like to say that I wish them a great, happy, positive life. I'm not that grown yet. This is what I do wish. No, for real, let me tell you. I will pray that God will soften my heart to where I hope they have a good, happy, positive life. I pray for that often.
Right.
Not there yet. So now I just like pray for God to soften my heart, and that, but it's not good for me to go look.
Yeah.
So I blocked it. So I couldn't type it in and go see.
Go ahead.
Beyond that, I mean, I've been blocked though by people that's made me laugh. Like, honestly, I don't know you. Why'd you block me? I'm supposed to like add them to something, and then it's like, oh, you blocked me. Send a text message. Hey, so I needed to invite you to this group, but you've blocked me. So if you want to be in this group, I'm going to need you to unblock me. Thanks.
Right. For me, it's not even. My goal is, I'm at a wonderful university. My job is to build it. I mean, help build the music portion that I'm in.
Right. Always.
I'm deadly focused on it. Deadly focused on further establishing and pushing the community choir out for inclusion and helping touch people in that area, helping grow the podcast. I got too much other things going on that requires a healthy Jeff Reddick, a healthy mental health Jeff Reddick. So therefore, if that's indeed the case, I'm not going to play in your playground.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, what's going on? Oh, okay. You do your, you know what I'm saying? Because that's my calling and that's what I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
And if this not in that, I'm not participating in it. And I just keep on going. You know what I'm saying? And you just have to, and so for me, that's how I have to go. You know what I'm saying? And then so there are things that'll be happening that I don't even know. Until somebody, hey Jeff, no, do you want to talk? What? Nope, I really don't care. I got stuff to do. Keep on going. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it's healthy for me to be what I need to be. I have to be healthy for me first.
Right.
First and foremost, and that has been an issue my whole life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I said, no, I got to be healthy for Jeff first, because if I'm healthy for Jeff, any platform that I have will get the best version of me.
Right.
And at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. I have to be the best version of me. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to serve people who are in that circle for me.
Well, I gotta give you props. I think that you personally, as your friend, in the past 2 years, I've seen you really grow in that. In that you've dropped your, I don't want to say people pleasing, because I guess that's the only word I can use to describe it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've dropped your people pleasing to where it's like, you know what? I am what I am. I am who I am. And if I have to block you to be good for those that are my cheerleaders, I will.
It's more so, I know who I am.
There you go. That's what I mean.
I know exactly who I am. And it's not who you think I am. I know who I am. And so therefore, I continue to work to create that energy around me so I can serve the people who want to be served by what I have to offer.
Right.
Bottom line. That's the most important thing, isn't it? Don't matter.
What about being unfriended? Have you been unfriended? Or have you unfriended?
Yes, goodness. I done had Facebook since 2009. Yeah. I done unfriended, I done blocked, I done removed, and yeah.
Now see,
but the last couple of years, it's more so my mental health has been the main thing. And so it's like, yeah, I don't want that popping up on my feed, or I don't want to see it,
Right.
No, I'm going on Facebook to handle my 3 goals. You know what I'm saying? Things about my college, things about my community group, things about the podcast, and I see something in social life. 5 things. 4, if something's motivational. 5, contact some friends who may be out of town if they see something. Other than that, no. It really, you know what I'm saying? But it's no.
Well, I will say this is a thing that I have. I mean, I've been unfriended by some people just, I don't know why. Because I think I'm.
But I'm not checking to see if I'm unfriended. Because I don't care. Like, if someone unfriended me, I'm not checking to see if I'm unfriended by you.
Listen.
Literally, I don't care.
Listen, I stumbled on it.
Oh.
2 times.
That's too much energy.
2 times I stumbled on it.
Uh-huh.
One of them, I went to go see how their kids was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And because one of them was active in this one thing, I was like, I haven't seen anything. I wonder if they're doing well. Was unfriended.
Mm-hmm.
Like, literally, I had no idea.
Right.
Like, really didn't talk.
Right.
Really didn't. And then I was like, oh, you're petty. I think it was a petty thing. Like that one. And like, okay, whatever, that's fine. Because I sent a message and said, hey, did I do something? Because that's my number one concern. Like, did I do something to hurt someone? Because if I did, I'm sorry. That's never my intention. Well, I want to say it's never my intention. But in all honesty, like, in this situation, I literally had no idea. Yeah. And they replied with the statement of, well, I'm just, couldn't tell me the truth. Because what they said was this. I'm just clearing out my Facebook to people that I actually talk to. Mm-hmm. And as I looked, you don't talk to my 21-year-old kid. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like, well, that's not the case.
Right.
So anyway, but before that, a friend had unfriended me, and I did the same thing. And this was like this was before I moved here. And I sent her a message, and I said, what, same thing. What happened? Like, I just went to go see how you're doing, see pictures of your baby girl. And she said, I watched your Facebook page, and you've been through so much. Mm-hmm. And your husband died, and here you are still being positive and happy. And I am happily married with a beautiful daughter with no financial issues, and I don't feel happy all the time. And it makes me feel like crap when I see your Facebook page. Because I think, what is wrong with me that she's went through so much and she can still put positive things out there and I can't?
Right.
So then I thought, okay.
Yeah, I just, So
it might not be you. It might be them.
I don't invest that much to try to figure out. Honestly. Because it's like, I got too much to do.
Yeah, see, I just don't want to hurt people's feelings.
So it's like, I'm not trying to invest. Because, am I sure it has happened to me? I'm sure. If you've been on Facebook since 2009, I'm sure. Right. Just of time. But, you have to ask, and like you said, listening to you, you've been wronged before. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We've all been wronged before. I mean,
I've been blocked and stuff where they probably should have.
I understand that. So,
I'm just not saying I'm innocent.
The thing about it is, regret is funny. It can be this year. It can be 20 years from now. Eventually, something will hit you and say, you know what? I don't think I should have done that. Right. And you may not ever hear about it. I may not ever hear about it, but the person who feels that way gotta feel that way. They'll feel that way. They will know.
Right.
And you see what I'm saying? And sometimes you have to learn to let go without getting the apology that you feel like you deserve.
Right. Oh yeah, no.
So I'm saying that based upon your comment that you made.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You just gotta keep it going. I'm not saying it's easy. Of course, it can be hard, but that's why you don't try to be on social media all the time unless you need to.
Mm-hmm.
Because if not, it will affect your mental health. But because it's part of your job and this and the other, you have to do it more than me. You literally tell me to go on Facebook to post.
Right.
You know, because I'm like, what?
Right.
Jeff, you got to put your post up. Because I'm like, okay.
And here's the thing, though. Like, because me personally, I believe that you should, as you, but also the proverbial you, if you're doing something that is of a time essence, like an episode dropping or a concert or a Facebook Live, if you're selling something like online, you need to post it or people don't know.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? Especially like if you don't have an iPhone, some people will like listen to a podcast using our podcast, for example, like they'll use Stitcher, like an app. Not all of the apps will automatically download.
See, I never heard of Stitcher and don't know what you're talking about.
Well, so now you heard it.
I'm like, what is that?
But, you know, I mean, so that's why I'm like, you got to post it. But here's one thing that I want everybody to know that is one of my favorite buttons ever. And I was telling you about it the other day. I'm not sure if you knew about it or not, but we had to talk about it. Friday night, unfollow. Because, listen,
unfollow what?
Unfollow on Facebook.
Okay.
Because there's a whole lot of people who I love so much, and they talk about a lot of things that it's not, like, it's, for everyone listening, I do not have cable in my home. I don't have cable because I do not like the news. If something happens in the news, you will let me know. Right. That is really what has happened. If they but people let me know.
Did
I do go to work.
A hurricane coming tomorrow? No, I ain't looked at the news. Did you see the weather? Did you feel the weather?
That literally happened.
I mean, it did. I'm like, oh, okay.
Because he said, "What are you going to do this weekend?" And I was like, "I don't know. Because I'm off, I'd really like to go to the pool one day, I think." And he said, "Did you know there's a hurricane coming?"
Or
no.
Whatever it was, yeah.
Yeah, but it was a tropical depression. Anyway.
ADD moment. Facebook. I like it to catch up on if someone's birthday because I like to say happy birthday to people.
Oh, that was ADD.
I mean, I said, ADD, yeah.
Back to unfollow.
So there are some good things about Facebook and social media. Just know where your healthy boundaries are, and forgive yourself if you cross your boundary. Just go back across it.
Okay, back to unfollow.
I mean, for real.
But you can stay friends with people and unfollow them if you think that some of their content is not necessarily good for your psyche. Mm-hmm. And that has been, especially like, listen, I don't do politics. I don't do, where people share like 7,845 memes a day. Mm-hmm. And some of them can be, like, there's some things that are funny, but then there's some things, like, if things are foul, I don't normally find it funny, like, for my own self. So, it's not that I'm mad at you. It's just something I don't necessarily want to see when I'm scrolling. Oh, and then I had this one person who, bless their heart, and I love them so much, and I unfollowed them, and we're still friends, but they are great people. But, they are such good people. They really are.
Right.
They are part of, like, all of these humane societies, but they show these videos of, like, these animals that were hurt. That ain't good for me. Because it's, like, it's gory, and it's, like, donate money to help heal this animal.
Right.
Like, I can't see that. It's just not good for me. So unfollow. You can unfollow people and protect your mental health that way too. So don't ever feel trapped.
Right.
But we're like an hour in, so we're gonna have to wrap it up.
Yes.
Anything else big that you want to say?
It's everything in moderation.
Sure.
Everything in moderation. You have to know what's healthy for you. You have to, when it comes to the whole social media thing, find out what it's for. If it's your social, if it's your social outlook, your social escape. Again, in moderation. Stay away from things that'll make you dark. That'll make you go into a dark place in your life that you don't need to know. You know where your boundaries are. It's anybody can put something on Facebook and make everything look perfect and so on and so forth. Learn to celebrate those who you celebrate. Don't put yourself around folks that are just not good for you. And that's okay also, because your mental health is the number one thing. Because if you're not good for yourself, you're not good for anyone else. And we talked about forgiveness, well, not forgiveness, but anger and this stuff, and and regret. People who've wronged you, listen, let it go. Because you can see a lot of that stuff on Facebook. Let it go. It can be 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. They know. They know. And even though you may not ever hear it, they know. You let go and you keep walking because your mental health is most important, and you got to keep going. And you will live a life that's way more I think you will live a life that's way more rewarding, and the people around you will get the best version of you. That's just my opinion. And if you feel like you have wronged someone on social media, apologize to them.
No. I'm totally kidding. I'm totally kidding.
I mean, or not.
No, I'm totally kidding.
Again, that's to release you.
Right. Okay. So that was heavy.
Yeah, pretty heavy.
So
didn't mean to be that heavy, but
so I decided to end it on something a little lighthearted, and you have no idea what I'm getting ready to say.
What?
So what this whole public might not know about you, Dr. Redding, is that homie can cook. So
wow.
This week, oh, I just had a catch in my back. Did you see that?
You know why you had a catch in your bag? Because they ain't got no minute knowing I cook.
Well, he can cook. And this week, I had asked if he would do me a solid because he went to go to like Costco or somewhere, and if they had salmon, to get some salmon and then fix me the salmon because, please, fix it because I wanted it. So he said, all right. And what did you fix? Did you not fix the best salmon? I ain't ever been to a restaurant that had salmon that good.
Oven baked salmon with aluminum.
You used aluminum foil?
Yeah.
That was like butter.
No butter in it.
No, but it was like a butter. Mm-hmm. You tried it, didn't you?
Yeah.
What?
Did I try my own cooking?
Well.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, so there's a little recipe by J-Red. Bake your salmon in the oven with aluminum foil, and then what'd you put on it?
Some seasoning,
Well, what was it? So the people can do it.
Well, regular pepper, and then there's a special seasoning salt. I shouldn't say special. You can get any kind of seasoning salt, and then you put lemon on it. Squirt some lemon on it. Set your oven to like 400 and let it sit for like 40 minutes. But wrapping the aluminum keep the juices in, and so then just kind of fry on the pan, the baking pan. So it's That
was so good. And you make chocolate lasagna. I can't have that though.
Yeah, I ain't done that in a while, but yeah.
I know. I miss it. It was good.
Now I'm gonna make me some. Thank you.
You know what? You're hateful. Yeah. You don't even care about your friends' dietary issues.
I mean, well, okay.
You don't.
Oh, Nelly. Whoa, back up. Take the bass out your voice. You don't.
You don't. But anyway, no. So I thought that would be a fun little fact on Jeffrey that people might not know, is that he's a kitchen whiz.
Well, thank you. So a fun fact about Krista that you may not know is that she can paint. She's a great artistic painter. I mean, she makes all kind of stuff. So she is the bomb. She can like detail paintings of just anything. She really has a gift. It's like, wow.
Oh, I'm crafty.
And yes, you are crafty. Yes, Lord.
Listen, we could get like a home and garden TV show.
Yeah.
You cook and I craft.
We get howdy. Welcome to Red and Green. Good.
I mean, for real. We call Daddy and be like, "Can you bring some lumber down?"
Is it?
Well, I have made furniture.
You do?
That bench in my kitchen I made. Remember?
Oh, you sure did. Yeah. It looks like it's part of Yeah.
Hey, your table on your balcony I made.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did do that. Yeah.
Crafty.
Yeah, you are very crafty.
Very crafty.
Kraft macaroni and what? Cheese. And that was dumb.
That was stupid.
I mean, not stupid. That's too strong a word.
No, it was the appropriate strength.
No.
Appropriate strength of that word was
This
used.
was not bad aspirin. It wasn't the appropriate strength.
I didn't know what you said, and I started laughing at first because I was just like, and then I realized you said Bayer aspirin. My daddy used to have Bayer aspirin in the house. I remember that. It's like a brown and yellow bottle.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're done.
We're done
with this episode. So if you would, please go over to whatever platforms you use and rate us 5 stars, subscribe, and leave a review. It really, really, really helps us out a lot, especially if you're nice. So please, we would love it. Thank you so much, please. Also, if you like what you hear, share your stuff with friends and family, or even strangers if you want to. You can find more fun stuff over at redandgreen.com. Follow us on Instagram at Red and Green Colorblind, like us on Facebook, and email us at info@redandgreen.com. And I put all of the links to all of today's stuff in the show notes. So you can find it, look it in the show notes as to what our social media stuff is. And Jeff has agreed to do some fun stuff on it. You agreed.
Did I?
Yes, don't lie.
Listen.
The Lord knows if you're lying.
Listen, I'm older and sometimes the mind slips.
So now it's recorded.
So
you agreed.
Good. Okay.
Okay. You did. Wrap it up.
I don't know how to do that.
Yes, you do.
No,
The
I
end.
really don't.
So thank you
Thank you
for listening
for listening to. Thank you for listening to Red and Green, the podcast.
We're going to get this before the 40th episode.